I just picked up my papers and I'm like, why are they so heavy, Steven?
Why are they heavy?
Because there's a lot of
Flying solo questions?
But I did cut it down.
Yeah.
There were a ton of questions that came in, which obviously we'll get to at the end.
How many?
Well, I cut it to under 20.
Okay.
There were over 200 that came in.
Not bad.
And there's a lot of good ones, but people like to, at times, submit long-ass stories.
It's going to take you hours to go through all that.
No, it doesn't take me hours.
Half an hour?
About an hour.
He only looks at the first 20.
That is not true.
Look at the first 20.
It is not true. I go through every
go through
single one. So anybody, because people have been like, there's no way you go through all of these and read them. You never pick it. It's like not fair for the people to do it first. And then I'm like, I go through all of them because how am I going to, what if I miss a good question?
Well, it's like me with news stories. I literally backtrack for a week on multiple websites, Twitter feeds, everything.
All right, let's get this started. Todd, you good? What'd you just take? Did you do a Snapchat or a picture?
I just took a picture.
Because I saw how you were holding the microphone over there.
Oh, yeah, I was taking a fancy picture.
Yeah, fancy picture.
Super fancy.
Podcast time.
Got it. Snapped it.
Hi, guys. Here we go. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. Welcome to RAWtalk, episode number 148. Correct?
Yes.
It's 148.
148, yeah.
Well, when do we use the balloons and poppers again?
Well, we can either do it halfway to 200 or at 200.
No, I don't think you do it at 200. I think you do it at like 250. I think it has to go in
Makes no
increments.
sense.
You start at 100, then you do 250, because 200, 250, and then 500, and then 1,000.
Oh, okay.
That's how it works.
Full stop increments?
Well, that's how I think it works.
I can't wait to see Steven at episode 1,000.
Well, today's news.
What's up, guys?
Back to smoking. Drunk off his ass every show.
I'll just be a drunk, like, dealing with it.
Well, that's 10. That's like, that's a little under 10 years.
10 years? Oh, my God.
Well, if you think 52 episode, if you did 52 a year.
God forbid I'm still here in 10 years.
Where do you want to be?
Not here.
What do you mean?
I'm kidding.
What are you talking about, Steven?
I'm moving on up.
To where?
To the east side.
Which
in a deluxe apartment in the sky.
Yeah, good for you. good for you. All right, why don't I want to talk about something real quick before we get into the plug. I've been reading a lot.
You read?
What?
I do. I've been reading. Can you?
That's crazy.
Is that Steven?
Dude, I
no,
told you.
No.
This?
Is that a that and is that a reflection on the front of it? It is. Is that a reflection on the front of it?
No idea what you're talking about.
It is. But you had cracker crumbs on there.
That was not for me today.
Yeah, well, you sat there and ate crackers,
That was
Steven.
not for me.
I watched you before the show. That's where you sat. That's a fresh cracker.
Oh, my God.
I'm gonna
By the way,
Joe,
I told you.
throw Joe under the bus. I think Joe was there eating crackers.
Thank
Joe,
you.
did you eat a cracker
Thank
at the
you.
table?
I guarantee it was not me. That was here already.
No way.
Anyway, I thought your cleaning lady was supposed to clean all this up.
Because I'm not letting her touch the top. She's not taking the table off.
Why don't you take it off with her?
Because things end up broken every time she touches something, 85% of the time.
You help her take it off.
I'm not doing it.
That makes no sense.
I move your unicorn. Oh, sorry, Jared.
Nobody touches the unicorn except
Jared, I
when...
move Wheel of Fro. Oh, I'm sorry, Jared.
She doesn't sound like that at all. She has a thick Northeast Philly accent.
Jared.
No.
Jared.
That's close, but she doesn't call me Jared.
Jerry.
No, she continuously calls me Jarrett.
Jared.
Like with a T, Jared.
Jarett, and it's like
Jarrett.
I've corrected her 73 times.
Hey,
and she's like-
Jarrett.
she comes in. She
Jarrett.
looks at the new photo. She looks at the new photos on the wall, and she's like, "Oh, Jarrett, I love it. I love it."
Jared. You don't
Oh,
expect
man.
me to clean these things, do you? Here we go. Oh, sorry, Jared. My bad.
All right, so I was talking about me reading books before I got distracted by Steven's crumbs.
It's not my crumbs.
I've finished 4 books now in the last month and a half or so. First, I started with some of those business books, and then I just read The Martian, which there's a movie.
My girlfriend's reading that now.
The Martian?
Yeah. She's halfway through it.
When'd she start?
Like a week ago? I don't know.
Slowpoke. All right, anyway, I'm enjoying reading. I like the sci-fi. So if you guys have book recommendations, leave them on the YouTube or on the Facebook or on the Twitter for me to read, whether it's sci-fi or I know, Todd, you said you like reading biographies.
I do. I tend to fall into that. Biographies, autobiographies.
Biographies?
Yeah.
I like learning about people as well, but I
Yeah.
really enjoyed reading The Martian. And I think there was one called Player On, or I don't know. I'm Googling lists of best sci-fi books that I should probably look at. So I'm working on that. Good?
Yeah.
You read?
Not really. More like tech articles and stuff like that, but not really anything for pleasure.
Well, I'm
I would
enjoying
say.
the books. I
Yeah.
put in my headphones.
I need to get into it, but it just
Well, I
reminds
go to
me
the
of
tea
school
place.
too much.
every day, like almost every day I go to, they're out of green tea because I drank it all.
Yeah.
So yesterday they're like, well, we're out of green tea. So they're like, well, try this one. It's like pomegranate, some other bullshit. And it smelled like.
Awesome?
No.
I love
the
pomegranate green tea.
Whatever it was, it smelled like complete. Well, Todd's daughter's sitting over there, and I have to be very.
She's not listening.
She's not listening?
She's watching.
She's got earmuffs on.
Morgan.
She's literally.
She's watching Netflix.
Got
or
earmuffs
something.
on.
All right, good. Anyway, it smelled like complete dog shit. And I'm like, and I could smell it, and it was 4 feet away, and the guy was like, I'm
Who cares
like,
what
yeah.
it smells like as long as it tastes good?
If it smells like ass, it's probably going to taste like ass.
No, that's not true.
You read a physical book or an ebook?
Oh, so I read them on my iPad because I'm blind, and I can make the text what size I want.
So
Size
it's a
400.
letter per page.
1 letter per page.
A, B. Terrible.
How dare you, Steven? That is rude.
All right, let me get to a plug, all right?
Finally.
Plug me.
I'm going to plug you, Todd, right meow. So we moved up the plug this week from next month because, can I tell him why?
Sure.
Well, Steven has his vacation. He scheduled it
Whatever.
Months ago.
months ago. He let me know
If
that
not last year.
he wants to take a week off. But it's the same week that he takes off every year.
Yep.
But next year,
Surprise.
you're going to have to make sure that you don't take that week
'Cause
off. We have to
Photokina.
look up Photokina, which
That's
is
fine. We'll
it's already on the
figure
website.
it out. Yeah.
In case we're going back to Germany, which we probably should go to Germany because it's good to get the FaceTime in. Blah,
I think there's
blah,
like a
blah.
99% chance we're going to go back.
Maybe Todd. Well, I don't know that we can take Todd into
Take
Germany.
me back to my motherland.
Are you German?
Me too. I'm
I
German.
am, sir.
All right, so because of that, I moved this is the 5th week of this month, and we didn't have a plug, so I moved up a plug for next week, just in case we need to take a week off.
Yeah.
Anyway, here we go. This is the plug. It's GraphicStock, VideoBlocks, and AudioBlocks, and they gave me stuff to say this week.
What'd they get you to say?
I'm going to read it. GraphicStock. They have added 50,000 photos into GraphicStock. It was one of the most requested things for their customers.
Oh my God.
They have food, people, nature, wildlife. They better have a hell of a lot more than just those 4 things. But
No,
I'm
those 4 things.
well, but they're adding stock images. Now, that may not be the best option, say, for photographers looking for things, but when you're a video person like you two guys, you're grabbing coffee beans. Where'd you get that photo from?
From GraphicStock.
All right, because I just saw that video that we didn't release yet.
Mainly background images for us, for what I do at least.
They're background images for us, but I could also see using them on sales pages. If I don't have a photo of something and I want to just put it there and it works, I'm very, very careful that I don't want certain work to represent me. But anyway, you can go to graphicstock.com/go/fro to get yourself a trial. What, Todd?
Speaking of wildlife, I had a horrible experience on my drive over here. Totally forgot about it. till
What
now.
happened?
We took
Pause
a
the plug. What happened?
We took a different route, and a bird was in the road. You know, pigeons just fly away. Like they fly away before anything happens.
Uh-huh.
That pigeon got run over by my car. Me and my daughter are just driving down the road. Feathers. It was horrible.
The BlackBerry killed something?
It was horrible.
Is it still
horrible.
under
And I
your
looked
car?
in my rearview mirror, and I just see him doing like a stuntman roll, but the feathers were like everywhere, and I was like,
Terrible.
dude, it was horrible.
Your daughter's probably mortified from seeing that.
She was.
Oh, Daddy, look at the little
No,
bird.
she was trying to calm me down. She's like, it's okay. It looked old. It looked like an old bird.
You're
It was
like,
an
Ray
old bird.
Fly-
It's
get it
all right. I think
profusely,
she
like-
thought I was gonna roll a tear.
You're sobbing.
Yeah, I was like,
All right, so
I'm sorry, Morgan.
So I guarantee you that if you're on audioblocks.com, you may be able to find some noise of a car driving that hits something, kerplunk, and then feathers go flying in a bird sound. So look, you are a video person, you're a YouTube person, you're somebody who creates audio, you have to be on audioblocks.com. I don't care, because for $99 a freaking year, you get access to unlimited amounts of audio and background music and songs, and we use it nonstop, week in and week out.
All the time.
If you're watching videos on YouTube that we do, 99% of the audio that you hear is audio from AudioBlocks.
That recent Canon 11 to 24 review that we did was probably a quarter AudioBlocks and VideoBlocks.
I love it because you have all this the built-in music with like Final Cut.
Yep.
But I'm telling you what, man, you
But you
watch
hear
enough-
the same
You watch
ones.
enough TV, you're gonna hear those songs a million times,
which is funny. So actually what they wrote here for AudioBlocks and VideoBlocks, just do your thing. They know that I do my thing. I just figure it out. So go to audioblocks.com/go/fro to get a trial. You can also go to videoblocks.com/go/fro to get a trial for VideoBlocks as well. And the last thing that I'm going to do is extend that contest 1 week. Just because I want you people to listen to me. And by you people, I mean you people out there in the world who want to enter this contest. We have, I think, 30 entries, which is good. What I've noticed is that there's a lot of people entering where they just straight up download audio and download video from VideoBlocks and edit it together.
So creative.
That's
not the point.
Killed it.
Best video ever.
The point is to take one of your own videos and add one thing from AudioBlocks or add up to as little as one thing from VideoBlocks or AudioBlocks and make it interesting. That's the point. It's glue.
Utilize AudioBlocks and VideoBlocks more, like you just said, as the glue.
It's your B-roll source. It's your B-roll source.
Yep.
So we have the link on the website so you could go get all the contest rules, but you better get done soon. And you should enter because it's for a $1,250, was it $1,000 gift card to Allen's?
It's $1,000, yeah.
And then there was a second place, which was another gift card. It was like $250.
I think, yeah.
And then there's other stuff. So anyway.
And free subscriptions.
I'm going to leave it at that. Get smacking. Get to it. Why don't we get into one more thing? People keep asking for Adorama Pix codes.
Okay.
Code, metal prints. You want to make metal prints? We just hung up 5 metal... Todd just hung up 5 metal prints.
We.
I didn't say we.
Jared used a hammer?
The only time it became we is it straight, Todd? Is it straight? It's not even straight. Who put marks on my wall?
So particular about a straight line.
Like, really, dude? This wall's been blank for 5 years.
I've only been here 2.5.
Well, it was blank before that.
No, it wasn't. If you want to get Illuminized prints, any prints at all, until the end of September, use code PXMETFRO30 to get 30% off. Please pop it up on the screen. 30% off your entire Illuminized print order. That means if you spend $200, how much are you saving, Todd?
At 30% off?
Yeah.
$60.
$60. That's a big amount of savings when a print is $189 for a 24 by 36 and you can save 30% of that. It's pretty good savings.
Oh, yeah.
So take advantage of that. Steven, why don't we get into photo news, and why don't we go with music like this? Todd's driving a car. Oops.
Oh, no.
A bird gets smashed and spins in the back, and that's the music we want right now.
Oh man!
It was traumatic. It was traumatic.
Life changing.
I spent at least a good 5 minutes just pondering the life of that
Crying.
bird. I said, Morgan. She was like, "It's okay." I was like, you know what? He didn't wake up this morning thinking he was going to get run over. He had breakfast, and he was just,
Breakfast.
I'm sorry, bird.
Todd, this is the bird you killed.
Oh, Pidgey. I'm so sorry.
I didn't wake up this morning thinking, oops, I'm going to get run over by a car.
Well, you should have waddled your narrow ass a little bit faster because you were moving kind of at a good clip. And I was like, well, the wings are going to pop out here soon, just like Falcon.
I'm sending my friends to poo on your car.
Did not happen.
Now.
It didn't. Oh, he's going to haunt me. He's going to haunt the BlackBerry.
All right. Photo news time. Apple is offering to fix iPhone 6 Plus cameras that have issues focusing.
Yeah, if you're one of those people that has a big-ass Apple iPhone 6 Plus, it's too big.
Now, apparently a limited number of these phones that were sold between September 2014 and January 2015 shipped with a manufacturing defect to their iSight camera. Now, to check if your phone is one of the affected models, iPhone 6 Plus users can go to Apple's website and type in their phone's serial number.
Actually, this is how you know if yours is messed up. You take a picture, and if it's blurry, it's messed up.
Well, clearly, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
but what if all your pictures are messed up and blurry?
or if they're
that
blind
guy.
like you
I mean-
and they appear blurry to the eye, but they're really not.
Well, yeah, if you can't see properly.
So anyway, you can go to the website, type in the serial number, and it'll tell you if yours needs replacing. Now, they won't replace the entire phone, just the camera, for free, of course. Now, iPhone 6 units sold during that time were not affected, only iPhone 6 Plus.
Woo!
Now I'm thinking about something else traumatic dealing with this iPhone 6 Plus. Because I had to go to the store with my mother-in-law to get her an iPhone 6 Plus.
Oh, she has a 6
She
Plus.
got the big one?
Yes, and if I tell her about this, it's going to end up being a week-long endeavor.
When did you buy it? How long ago?
A month or two ago?
You might be good.
Okay.
Unless it's been sitting on the shelf for a couple months.
Because I already need to deal with apps and things like that on a daily basis.
Yeah, you're probably fine.
Dad!
Oh, let's not even go there.
How do I find my calendar?
Write it down on paper. I'm editing. I'm trying to finish this guide.
Dad! Don't you yell at me, young man! I will slap you.
Make me a sandwich.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's it. Go get the
Oh,
switch.
it's going down now.
Is it called a switch?
We don't have switches at my house. We don't do that.
The spoon?
No spoons.
You're getting the spoon.
Just we go full hand spanks, but it's
Full backhand?
Full backhand. I do full backhands. No.
Canon has announced the long-rumored 35mm f1.4L version 2 lens. Now, the follow-up lens promises to be the ideal complement to the latest generation of Canon's high-resolution DSLRs, like the 5DS and 5DSR models. Now, spec-wise, it has a sub-wavelength and fluorine coating, which reduces ghosting and flaring. Now, they have a new blue spectrum refractive optics in this, which reduces
they told me about this.
chromatic aberration. It's also weather sealed. It has
But do you know how it is done with blue spectrum?
How is it done, Jared?
It uses organic material.
Organic.
Which I think they put
Ooh.
doo-doo in it.
They just get some cow manure and just
Well,
pop
that's
it on?
organic material.
There you go.
No cows were hurt in making this lens.
Your lens is gonna.
Well,
Maybe
no
they
animals.
just lick it.
It's gonna be so sharp now.
No animals were hurt, and it's GMO free.
Oh, there you go. It has a 72mm filter thread and a minimum focusing distance of about 11 inches. Now, it is bigger and heavier. The lens is 105.5 millimeters long and weighs 760 grams, where its predecessor was 86.4 millimeters long and 580 grams.
Do you want to hear something funny, Steven?
What?
So
Oh.
this lens, whatever. The lens is fine.
Well, I also want to say
This is a
price-wise, it'll be about
1.4 35
$1,799.
millimeter. Is that what this is?
It's a 35 millimeter f1.4 version 2 L USM.
How much?
$1799.99.
Yep.
The big question is, well, should I just get the Sigma 3514 or the Canon?
Yeah.
Look, I'd stick with the Canon all day long, but the funny thing is Canon has been including us in on their NDA calls.
For once.
Well, which is great. So thank you guys, because we put a lot of work into making sure that we have the same love on both sides or all sides of the coin.
Oh, yeah.
And now Canon, very happy. Part of it is we put our work in, we put our time in, which is good. The FaceTime that we needed, and we do quality work.
Definitely do.
But we're on the phone call, so it's a conference call, and you have these other people from other websites, and there's this one guy I absolutely don't like. But
What's his name?
but they're talking about the lens, and so they're asking these stupid questions when it's question time. They're like, "What's the length? How wide is it?" And then I just said, "What's the girth?" And the guy's like, well, let me check. I'm like, no, I'm just kidding, because those questions are stupid. But I did. But they're like, how long is it?
Can you fit it in your mouth?
Now, the thing is, though, you'll get those crazy tech people that want to know those kind of specs.
And I guess that's why they asked those questions. But I sat there, I'm
and
like,
that's
guys.
why I included in this, because you have those people that love that stuff. But
Yeah.
personally, I don't find it.
Yeah. Sorry I interrupted you.
That's okay.
And
Jared, did you ask what it smelled like, though?
No, I didn't ask what it
So you
smelled
should
like
ask
yet.
that.
No. I want to interject.
One more time?
Yeah.
What?
I want to go back to the Martian discussion real quick.
Okay.
Because I was explaining to Todd. What?
Did I tell you guys I read some books?
No, but
Rewind.
this is important for photographers too. I was reading in the book a Q&A at the end with the author. I believe this is the only book that he has written. Now, he wrote it initially and gave it away for free on his website. He gave away the script for anybody. It wasn't a script, whatever, the manuscript, whatever a book is called. He gave it away for people to download for free. And even though he was giving it away for free, people still asked if he could get it into the iTunes store or onto the Kindle store on Amazon so that they could download it onto their Kindle. He ended up getting it there. He wanted to still give it away, but Amazon doesn't let you do that. So then he started to sell it for $1.99. Okay, so people are buying the damn thing now because they don't want to go through the work of turning whatever file format he had into putting it onto their e-readers. So here he is, a guy that wanted to just give the thing away, was giving it away, ends up selling it on Amazon for $1.99. Now it sells on iTunes also for $9.99. It's been translated into multiple different languages, and it was optioned into a movie that comes out October 2nd starring
Matt Damon.
Right? So you talk about a guy that loved he gave his stuff away for free.
Who does that?
and then it turned into something unbelievable.
That's what I did with my Taco Bell pictures. I put them up online. Everybody loved them.
Let's get back to you.
Let's see, where was I? Here's an interesting experiment. 100 cameras were given out to the homeless in London who were asked to shoot a theme called My London. Who are you calling?
Nobody. I was calling Taco Bell. No.
Cafe Art is behind the project, who say art is seen as a major way for people to recover from the trauma of being homeless. Now, 80 of the cameras were later returned, and over 2,500 photos
What
were
happened
developed.
with the other 20?
I guess they just kept
I
it.
sold them.
They
Smoke
probably
that.
did.
I smoked that bitch. You ain't gonna give me no camera and I ain't gonna smoke the mother.
Todd, your daughter.
She's got her muffs on. She got her earmuffs on.
She's got her muffs on.
Now, 20 photos were then chosen by a judging panel consisting of reps from Fuji and the London Photo Festival and a bunch more. Now, the photos were then voted on and narrowed down even further by the public. The final 13 images will be put into an upcoming calendar called My London. Now, Cafe Art is running a Kickstarter to make the 2016 calendar. Along with the images, the calendar will also feature stories from the photographers, which I thought was pretty neat.
Yeah,
I think that's cool.
The whole concept is great.
Yeah.
And it's you know, so some people be like, well, why give them cameras? Give them food. I don't know. It's always interesting to see somebody's perspective. My issue here is a calendar. Do people use calendars anymore?
I don't know.
My mom does.
personally.
She puts my birthday on it. I can check it, make sure she's got it current.
I just put Steven's birthday into my iCalendar, and it repeats every year automatically.
Oh.
Way easier.
I get a notification.
Now, they say all the money raised goes back into the project, either to pay for the printing of the photographs and calendar, rewarding the winning photographers, or buying art materials for art groups affected by homelessness, or helping individuals attend art courses.
Basically, what they're saying is that there's a lot of starving artists out there who can't make a living as an artist, so they help them.
Kind of.
Somehow.
Now, let's see. The Kickstarter is already halfway to its goal of $7,000 and has about 3 more weeks to go at the time of this recording.
Wait, how many pounds?
They didn't say. They just said $7,000.
Why'd they say dollars? It's pounds. It's
I
London.
know, but it's actually in dollars, yeah. Now, a contribution of about $14 will get you a calendar. The Kickstarter video is now posted. It's
That's
on the
more
website.
than $1 a month.
And it features interviews from the homeless photographers as well, which is pretty interesting.
I can help a kid in Haiti for less than that.
That's 23 cents a day.
That's what I'm saying.
You can go to FroKnowsPhoto.com/rawtalk-148 to get all the photo stories and more.
Are there photos over there that you can see that have been taken so far?
Yeah, you can see all 13.
Really?
You can see all 13 that will be in the
I gotta
calendar.
check that out.
And again, the video posted from the Kickstarter campaign that features the interviews with the homeless photographers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's obviously plenty of jokes there, but I think the photos could be really interesting if you're in the midst of all that.
And again, these are just disposable cameras, so they are interesting.
Crazy.
A new quick release plate claims to be the world's first universal quick release plate. Now, simply called Quick Release 1, the plate aims to help photographers quickly move their camera from one head to the other in less than 3 seconds.
Because, you know, when you're changing tripods often out in the field quickly, you need
Never know.
something.
Now,
You never
Jared.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Steven.
Here's how it works. You connect the plate to the bottom of your camera like any quick release plate. You leave the tripod's plate on the tripod, which then attaches to it by using a 3-screw system at the bottom to quickly attach to the 1/4-inch screw mount.
Huh?
You got to watch the video.
What?
It shows it. Basically, it's a separate quick release plate, goes on the camera, which has these screws that wrap around the 1/4-inch screw on the tripod.
Yeah.
And it
Do
just
you
goes down
have
real
to
quick. You pull
manually
the lever.
do something to
You just
screw
pull
it?
the lever, and then the screws inside pretty much lock down.
All right, so what's
so real
the difference?
quick, boom, bam.
What's the difference between? I have different plates on, like when I go from a tripod to a
Yeah, but you
to a
leave your
Steadicam.
tripod plate on the actual tripod.
Right.
You use this.
You use this quick release plate to put it on any tripod you have. You just put it on top of that 1/4-inch screw mount on your tripod's plate. Does that make sense?
And then you pull a lever and it screws
Yeah,
itself in.
Exactly.
Oh.
You have to watch the video for
All
it to
right.
make a little more sense.
Does it make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Could I use it
It's hard to explain
on
without the visual.
multiple devices?
Yes.
Or just tripod stuff?
No, they also showed a crane, a jib, a slider, everything. Is that what
All
you mean
right, I
by
gotta
multiple
check that
devices?
out. All right.
Anything with a 1/4-inch screw mount, pretty much, which is almost any type of mounting device.
I mean, I think that's good for video when you've got cranes and you've got
And that's pretty much what-
sliders and all that jazz.
That's what they had in the video. They were showcasing a lot of video equipment.
Yeah.
Like the sliders and all that. Let's see. So now it is a little pricey. It costs $139 for the quick release plate itself. And you can
That
see,
pigeon
again, a
just
preview
rolled
video
over.
of it on the website. Interesting concept. I just don't know if I would pay that type of money for this.
Would you have to buy one for each device, or you just buy one?
Well, it depends how many.
Fits on everything.
You can use it for everything. You can just buy one, but if you have multiple
Hey, that's why
cameras,
you
you
didn't
want
start.
to buy more.
Okay, I got to figure that out. I got to look at it.
So a photographer lost a copyright lawsuit over an image he licensed under Creative Commons on Flickr. Now, back in 2008, photographer Art Dragulis uploaded a photo of a beat up.
Art Dragulis.
Art Dragulis
I don't know. I just made
I
it
like
Uploaded-
Dragulis. Sounds
uploaded
like
a photo of
vampire.
a beat up house in Maryland to his Flickr account. Now, 4 years later, he discovered that the Atlas company Kappa Mappa Group had
Kappa
published.
Mappa.
They published his photo on the cover of their commercial Montgomery County map. Now, he filed a lawsuit against them, claiming that they had no right to use his photo. In response, the company pointed out that he had given up his copyright protections with his choice of Flickr licensing. Now, the photo had been licensed under Creative Commons BY-SA-2.0 license, which allows anyone to use the photo, even commercially, as long as the owner is given appropriate credit and as long as the reuse also carries the same license. Now, since Kappa followed those terms, even giving attribution to him on the inside cover, the court found him not guilty. Not guilty.
Congratulations for following rules, people.
Yeah. But you can read the full court's decision via the court document. It's over on the website. Read all the details, everything. You just got to watch what you're following your photos under as far as Creative Commons go.
Yep.
A new plugin for Chrome and Firefox allows you to edit any image on the web right inside your browser.
Raw?
I don't know about RAW.
So how
That's
could
a
it
good
be
question.
any image?
I just mean any image on the website.
So why are you
If
even
it's
talking
on the
about
web,
it if it's not raw?
Any image on a website.
How dare you talk about
RAW
it?
photos are usually not displayed on a website.
I mean, geez, you said any image, Steven.
Can you see RAW photos typically on
I
a
thought
browser?
from what it sounded like, I thought you could edit the files in a browser.
Well, let me continue and you'll
stop
kind of understand
interrupting.
a little
Continue.
more. So again, the cloud-based editing plugin works by hovering over the image you want to edit that you can actually see, clicking the editing icon, which then opens up the photo editor in a new tab. Now, the editor's UI is similar to Lightroom. It gives you like sliders and presets for adjustments like your tone curve, sharpening, lens corrections, much more. And when finished, you have the option to either save the image on your local drive or upload it to Dropbox. This is either a good or a bad thing for photographers.
I still don't understand what it does.
I wasn't paying attention. I was thinking about using this rubber band to shoot at somebody, but then I was like, I shouldn't do that because I could lose an eye.
Basically, you go to a website. For example, you go to Cheesesteak Media. Check out your own website. If you have images on there, you hover over it. You click on once you download the plugin, you click on Edit, brings into a new tab in their editing software UI.
No, I hate it.
And you can edit it and save it either locally to your drive or to Dropbox.
No, that's
so
horrible.
I can take anybody's photo on a website?
Anybody. That's why I was saying it's either good or bad for photographers.
That's terrible for photographers.
Exactly.
Now, what do you mean good or bad?
But I think just the idea of having cloud-based editing is good.
Well, cloud-based
It could
editing is
be
good, but you can't just steal people's photos.
And I'm not saying you should.
Yeah, you should not.
But you can easily do it by using this.
Screw you. You're gonna
Nailed
go
it.
the way of the pigeon.
But does that make sense now?
I guess so. I don't know why I'd want to use that.
You never know.
don't
I'm sure
know.
there's useful
Time you want to
ways.
steal an image, Todd.
Yeah.
According to a recently published patent called Adapter and Camera System, Canon is working on a universal electronic tilt-shift adapter for their EF lenses for mirrorless systems. The patent says the adapter would sit between your lens and camera body. Now, the adapter contains its own CPU and no actual optical elements. It will communicate with the camera to make sure the tilted or shifted image circle falls properly over the entire sensor. And motors inside the adapter can adjust the tilt and shift parameters. You can read the entire patent over on the website.
Who,
though.
Canon did this?
Canon did this. I think they filed it back in February, and now it's actually published.
When?
As a patent. February.
When?
February.
When? February.
February?
How does February spell?
I thought you
spelled
spelled
February.
February, but you pronounce it
It's definitely
February.
spelled February.
February.
Don't you pronounce it February?
Where's that place you go to get books?
What?
The place you go to get books.
The
Bookstore?
library where they bury the lies.
The library?
The library.
Library?
You know those things that Crayola makes? What are they called?
Crowns?
No.
Crayons?
They're crayons. And you know what pisses me off?
Who cares how people pronounce stuff?
You know what pisses me off?
People pronouncing
It's
stuff
whatever
wrong?
makes you comfortable.
Exactly. Someone.
But
you're
you
such a hypocrite.
corrected me. But you corrected me, and I'm working on getting it correct.
Yeah, and you continue to correct me on
I
every
guess we're
little
not
thing.
doing the lower
Dad.
volume anymore.
No,
right?
I didn't want to do lower volume because
we
it
stopped lower volume.
Oh, yeah, we stopped lower volume.
Yeah, I didn't want to be lower volume. No, what upsets me is when you go to like Friendlies.
As he changes his volume.
When you go to Friendlies or something like that,
Yeah.
and they have crayons for the kids to use.
Crayons.
Crayons. For the
Crayons.
kids. And they're made in China. Those China crayons suck. Okay? You people in China who make those crayons, you make shitty crayons. Stop making shitty crayons. If you agree with me, tweet out, stop making shitty crayons.
I'm pretty sure it's
Hashtag.
a machine that makes them.
No, it's people.
So random.
Don't they have a Crayola factory right up the road here?
It's in Easton. We should go there. Mr. Rogers went there.
You know,
My mom went there. She said it was really good.
hot.
Now, next story. Speaking of tilt shift, this is pretty cool. Filmmaker George Diber flew over Detroit with a tilt shift mounted camera and a drone. Now he used
Was
both
it chasing after like a lion?
he used both a Lumix GH2 and GH4, 14 to 140 millimeter and 7 to 14 millimeter Lumix lenses. And now those lenses aren't tilt shift lenses, so I'm pretty sure he did most of the tilt shift effect in post. That's my guess, at least.
Cheater.
The resulting visuals, though, they create a new time-lapse video, which he calls Die Hard Detroit. The city looks like a miniature train set. Really cool stuff. Cool video in general. It's posted over the website, as usual.
Yeah, I like that tilt shift stuff.
Yeah, it's really neat looking.
I've done it once in a video.
Have you?
Yep.
For what? Like a city scene like that, or?
It was like a time lapse of a super wide shot with people moving in it, and it just called for it. I just felt like it was necessary.
Oh,
but
so you didn't actually get a tilt shift lens, did you?
absolutely not. Did
I
it
was
in
just going to
post.
say, you don't own a tilt shift
Damn,
lens.
dick.
killed it.
Yeah, great.
Photographer Tony Richards took a close look at his vintage prints that were done in the mid to late 1800s and discovered their method of photoshopping back then, which were pencil marks. Now, the pencil marks were found on the emulsion side.
Look at these pencil marks.
The retouch is pretty much
Every time I do, it makes miss marks.
permanently scratched their edits into the glass plate. That was their way of retouching then.
That's pretty cool.
It's really cool. They rounded chins. They scratched away wrinkles. They're literally just scratch marks on this glass.
Retouching back in the day, airbrushing and everything.
Yeah.
It's big business, man.
Not exactly news, too, by the way, but it's still pretty fascinating. I figured I'd bring that up. Olympus has announced their latest mirrorless camera, the OMD EM10 version 2. Now, the body packs a 16-megapixel micro four thirds CMOS sensor and has 5-axis in-body image stabilization, which we're seeing a lot lately. Now, other major specs include an ISO range of 200 to 25,600, a 3-inch tilting touchscreen.
Good luck with that 52,600.
A 3-inch tilting touchscreen LCD screen.
Well, I like tilting.
You love touchscreen, too.
I do like touchscreens.
8.5 frames per second, and in-camera 4K time-lapse creation, which is pretty cool, too. Price-wise, it weighs in at $650, and it'll be available later this month.
Price-wise, it weighs in at $650.
You like that?
Yeah, good job.
World champion sprinter Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt. He had a rough encounter with a cameraman after he ran into him with a Segway.
Yeah.
The videographer was filming him at the World Athletics Championship this past week and was following him with the Segway. Now, he ended up losing control of it after hitting the track's barrier and ran into the runner, right into him from behind.
So basically, Usain Bolt was like a pigeon, and the
Exactly.
Segway was like Todd's car.
That's exactly.
No, this is absolutely horrible. You have the fastest runner in the world who gets
His legs are like gold.
You got a guy on a Segway not holding on to the Segway.
No one actually following
Nobody
him or directing or anything.
He runs over a metal thing that's for a track for a camera, falls down, the Segway beelines right for Usain and runs him the freaking over.
And it's not going 2 mile an hour Segway.
No, it just went boom.
It's literally, really fast. Like if you were to skateboard and slip off,
Are they
that's what
trying
it's
to?
like.
Is the camera guy trying to keep up with Hussein?
Exactly.
basically?
The cameraman's...
Usain, not Hussein.
Usain.
It's not Hussein.
So it's basically like a tracking shot. He's trying
He's
to do.
doing
Exactly.
a moving tracking shot. Usain Bolt wasn't running. He already won, and he's going on a 20-minute victory lap, they said.
Well, we all should do that.
Maybe that was
so,
too many
yeah.
victory laps to do.
What I don't get, though, is the actual track that he hit to make him lose control of the Segway was like a big, giant slider that had its own camera
Yeah.
sliding across. So why do they need his shot while they have the slider camera going as well?
Good point, Steven.
I don't know.
Options.
Good point.
But you can watch the video. It's on the website. And, I mean, thank God he didn't, like, break his legs or something like that. And now Bolt is all right, too. He said, "It took me out pretty well, but I'm okay. No issues, so I'm happy about it." And then we have the last story. A news photographer and reporter were killed during a live TV interview this past week. Very tragic. 24-year-old WDBJ reporter Allison Parker was shot point blank, along with her videographer, who was 27-year-old Adam Ward. They unfortunately both passed away. Now, the duo was filming a live segment while a former disgruntled coworker approached them from behind, shooting them multiple times with a handgun. The gunman was Vester L. Flanagan. He ended up committing suicide later that day. Very tragic. Very sad.
Yeah, that really pissed me off for a long time yesterday. I didn't know anything because I don't follow the news, but anything that when it shows up on Facebook a couple of times, you start to see it. You then look into it.
All over my feed.
And it's just like all the like literally the guy did a first person perspective of him doing this.
Yep.
And posted it online, and then it was up online, then Facebook takes it down, and YouTube takes it down, and Twitter takes it down. But of course, once it's out, people are going to share it out into the world. This is, I mean, it's scary as hell, for one. Two, if you watch the video, I mean, the fact that they weren't alerted to this guy sneaking up on, not even just walking in. It's just like, if they had an issue with this guy, I think they had like an HR issue with him. I think from what I've read, the cameraman may have
That's what it
done
seemed
that.
like, yeah.
Now, the cameraman's not going to see it because he's looking and focusing on her. And she's paying attention to the interview thing. But the guy's standing there a matter of feet away from them, and they're not
Pointing the
acknowledging
gun
it. Right, and they don't
them.
even see it. It's like, I'm not going to say they need to have situational awareness because sometimes you're in a zone. It's like 6 a.m. or whatever time it was.
6:45, I think.
But I mean, the
other thing is they
it's
weren't
horrible.
in like a dangerous area or anything like that.
No,
They were
but that doesn't
literally
matter.
on like a dock.
But it doesn't matter.
I'm just saying
that falls into the
that would be a lot more situational if you were in a dangerous city and your surroundings.
You would think, but when you
on a typical day,
it's the same old story that when they interview somebody from any city and they go, "I didn't think it could happen here." You know what?
Well,
anything
yeah.
can happen anywhere at any time at any point if somebody's going to be an asshole and do something stupid.
Insane.
So we're not getting into a debate on weapons or any of that stuff because that's not what it's about. This was unbelievably freaking annoying and sad.
Very sad.
So, skip music.
Yeah, on that note, yeah.
Go silent for like a couple seconds.
I think that works.
And then we'll come back.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
That's it for photo news.
Yeah, that was so upsetting yesterday.
Very upsetting, yeah. And the fact that, again, you go on any social media and you just see it. There's no way to not see it. Not the video, I mean, but just the actual story.
Well, and the video too.
Yeah.
I just had to stop looking at everything.
Yeah.
It was so horrific. I was like, makes you question humanity.
Really does.
Well, it makes me sit here and be like, you don't have control over pretty much anything. You can go about your daily business. Oh, man.
Just like my pigeon.
I know.
I mean, it's not a joke, but it's the same thing. Like, that pigeon didn't wake up. They woke up to do their job, just like we came today to do this. Nobody expects something that crazy to happen in their life.
No.
You know what I mean? And that's probably why they weren't looking over their shoulders. They weren't in like a war zone.
Exactly, yeah.
They were just living their regular life, and it's sad on
Very sad.
every single level.
All right, so we get into what? Flying solo now?
Yep.
All right, right before we do that, this comes out. There's still time. Yes, this still comes out on when it comes out. And if you're available on Saturday, September 12th, the 3rd annual Allen's Nikon A Palooza is taking place. I want to see you there. Steven that's his first day of vacation.
And I will be there still.
And he'll be there. Todd, we haven't figured out if Todd's going to show up yet. Maybe now know that Steven will be there.
Yeah, that I'm taking a day off from my vacation to show up.
No, you said you weren't
should
leaving
show
until
up.
later anyway.
I still plan on going down the shore, though, the
When's
entire
it from?
day.
From what time to what
Well, it's
time?
from 10:30 till 3:30 p.m.
Are you going to be there the whole time, Steven?
I will probably not be there the entire time. I'll probably be there till like 1 or 2.
Which is fine.
Ish.
I'm going to bring out merch. If you guys want to pick up a FroKnowsPhoto bag, one of the iShoot Raw bags, now would be a good time because you're not paying for shipping at all. It's just the cost of the bag, and you can have it. But if you're a Nikon shooter and you want to get your sensor cleaned, which this year I need to take my D4S to actually remember to get my sensor cleaned.
Have you cleaned that yet?
No. The first amount of people there will get it cleaned for free. That's $100 value. And if you're looking to trade stuff in, great opportunity to trade in stuff to get bonus credit to buy new stuff. And then if you're looking to buy new Nikon glass, I highly suggest you get out there because you know how when you make a purchase online and it's just the final price is the final price? Well, just think about that. When you get to Allen's, you're going to get the same exact price as that. You know, like no added anything. It's the price is the price, and that's what you pay.
You're going to get stuff in your eyes?
No,
Is that
no.
what you mean?
Read between the lines.
Is there dust in your
All
eyes?
right. Let me get to the flying solo people. I've got a lot of questions here, Todd. Stop interrupting.
I don't interrupt.
John Stevens. I have the gear that... Okay, so basically... Flying solo was situational questions, business, marketing, things along those lines. No gear talk at all. No mirrorless versus DSLR. Let's talk taking photos and situations and the other stuff. Josh Stevens, not John Stevens. I have the gear that I need to start. Have been doing business just based off of Facebook for a little over a year now. What should be my next step in marketing or branding myself? Website? ? Advertising ? Josh, the fact that you don't have a website yet is puzzling to me. Yes, the Facebook and all that stuff is good. We've said this a million times. It's good to have that social reach and to have a place there, but you need your own home or your space that you can call yours so that you can put whatever you want on it to showcase the type of work that you do. The funny thing is, when people become more and more successful and tend not to need that website to be so super on point and updated, you'll notice that a lot of full-time working people don't have fully updated websites often.
I haven't updated my website in about a year.
And Todd hasn't worked in a year.
Well, that as well. I've been playing video games.
All right, Heath Smith.
Pigeons.
This is a long one here, he says, and he's lucky I'm reading it. I want to take my photography to the next level and start earning an income from it. Am in the military, thank you for your service, and I am serving overseas, but I want to leave this and start a life with photography. I started a website and blog with all the social networks, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google+. Screw you, Google+. Don't even waste your time. What? Posting everything, something, either content about gear, editing, travel, or just kick-ass photos with settings and how to get to that very spot. I also post video onto YouTube about all kind of things. I see over the last month, I have been getting a few more views every week. I know it's going to take years to build a solid following, but I want to know am I doing everything right? Putting my photos and my thoughts out for everyone to see all about everything photography and travel, ? Where could you see an improvement on my part? And if you were in my shoes, what would you do differently? Oh my God. Last one, Team Fro. When are you this is too long. When you come to Tokyo, large group of blah, 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 blah. Very long question.
Can you read that again? I didn't pay attention.
He does everything in the world online.
Basically, what he's saying is that he's in the military and he's serving overseas. He wants to get out of that and he wants to start doing photos. So start doing photography more often. He's making YouTube videos, he's posting them, and he's seeing that he's getting more views. All I can say about that is you stick with it. You don't quit after 8 months or 7 months because you don't think that it's working well. If you put stuff out there, people are going to listen. If it's quality and you give them a reason to come back for more, they will keep coming back for more. That's the moral of the story. Now, going out on your own and leaving the military, you can still utilize your military background to help you get jobs. Contact the local Army bases. Try to set up a day that you do portraits of everybody on the Army base for the holidays. Tell them to bring their pets out and do pet portraits. It all spreads out. It all leads from one thing to another. You give back those photos, not saying you're not making money, but maybe you offer to do photos a day in the life of the military base.
Yeah.
The day in the life of the chef, the day in the life of the general, something along those lines. And then you do the all out, let's do family portraits. Let's do a family portrait day. It's going to be X amount of dollars. Bring your family out. I'll give you all the photos, $50 a family. Bam, schedule it out. And then what happens is those people start to contact you for other stuff. And then they share their pictures online. And then they end up having other people see you and you start to grow that.
Never ending.
Tell
yeah.
your stories. He said never ending, and I said tell your stories. Never ending story.
It was the never-ending
Falcor.
story.
You love that movie?
It's the never-ending story.
Falcor.
I don't know if it's really timed
biter.
well. I don't know if it's really aged well.
No,
When
really?
You watch it now, it's a little creepy, but
Well, you were telling us at lunch the other day. Now that your daughter has turned 10, that there's a certain amount of movies she's allowed to watch.
well, we were gonna watch 16 Candles, maybe The Breakfast Club, like the movies I liked. Started watching. Luckily, she fell asleep during Breakfast Club. I forgot how much just hot salami talk is going on. I'm just like, oh Lord, what have I done?
Dave's. Ooh, this is a good name. Dave Stufflebeam.
Hey, Stufflebean.
So earlier this week, you gave 50% off your flash guide. How did that do? How did that do? Did you see a major increase in sales? ? Was it worth discounting to gain more potential sales?
Well, here's the PIN number to my bank account. You want that too? Here's my tax returns as well.
Well, this is a legitimate question because I asked for business questions.
All right, fine.
I am okay with doing a sale very sporadically.
Very, yeah. You rarely.
We've
do it.
never discounted this product 50% off. 2 months ago, I discounted the FroKnowsPhoto Beginner Guide to Getting Out of Auto
First one, yeah.
50% off to see what would happen. I've done different discounts and things like that. This is a major discount, and I think you do make up for... So what happens is people that may have been on the fence that weren't going to pick up a guide because it was, say, $67 will now think harder about $37 and take advantage of the offer. And yes, it does sell very well when you do that. So you get a large influx from people that may not have purchased in at all. So I don't think it's a bad thing to do if you time it right. The problem is if people start doing sales too often and it becomes too regular and too normal, then people don't react at all to take advantage of it. So you need to have the discipline to only do it once, maybe a year, or when the holidays come around, do something along those lines.
And I think you also don't want to do it right away after you release the product because
that's
then
been
you're
over
kinda,
2 years.
You're screwing those people over who initially bought that if you do it right away.
And I take that into consideration.
Exactly.
I also took into consideration that some people bought it the day before or the night before I put it on sale.
Oh, wow.
And I went in and I refunded them 50% already.
That's a nice
They
thing.
didn't have to ask because I went in, I'm like, oh, geez, they just bought the flash guide. I'm putting it on sale right now. I better give them a discount.
That's cool.
So I went in and did that. So, Todd, anything else you want to add?
You're like Santa Claus.
Good
The
karma.
Jewish Santa Claus. Junior Wyatt, next summer I will be going to Oahu for my honeymoon. My wife
Beautiful
to be wants me to bring my camera gear. I am debating whether or not I should. Would you ever consider bringing your camera gear on your honeymoon? And Todd, I didn't forget about you.
Yes.
You live.
You live?
Whatever the hell that means.
I do live.
Unlike the pigeon.
doesn't, but I do.
So look, Junior, Wyatt, if your wife to be is telling you to bring your camera, you bring your camera. If she says, you know what she wants from you? I know what she wants from you.
Ooh.
Set up the camera in the corner.
Hey.
Hey, Junior Wyatt, this is your wife speaking.
How long can that film for?
It's infinite amount of time because I've got an Atomos.
Make sure you have an
No, I'm sorry. It's only 12 and a half minutes.
No, I've got
Hold
an
on, honey.
I've got
Let
an
me
Atomos.
reset this.
Your camera doesn't last as much as your camera doesn't last, and neither do you.
The camera only lasts 12 minutes, but I only need 3, so we're good on that.
Yeah, that's it. That's good. All right, so that's my answer, Junior. Yeah, no, would I take it on a honeymoon? Probably, because it's your honeymoon. I want to have good pictures of whatever's going to happen.
But
Todd, did you take it on your honeymoon?
I think that's a maybe from, I don't know.
I'm going to take a camera. I don't want a cell phone pieces of crap to experience the lovely, awesome place that I go for my honeymoon.
Of course,
not
but
that
it's
I'm-
your honeymoon. You should
I'm
be...
up and down on it. I'm up
Yeah,
and down on it because
that's what happens on your honeymoon.
I've gone from small things, point and shoots, to taking everything in the world to Disney World, and it sucks carrying all that stuff.
Well, yeah, why do you need cameras in Disney World, though?
but even on your what are you
But why
going to do
do
on
you
your
need
honeymoon?
cameras on
Same
your
thing.
honeymoon?
Same thing. You do. Oh, here's a picture of the
If
beach
not, it's even
again.
worse.
Here's
Yeah.
a picture of the beach again.
Here's a picture of us again. The beach.
Like
Us,
what?
The beach.
Yeah, you're never going to be in any of the shots because you're over there.
Here's my ISO in my
And,
aperture.
and aren't we having a great time finding old photos of me shooting pictures right now?
That's what I'm saying. It's hard to
There's
find
none.
it when you're.
Yeah.
All right, let me
So.
keep moving. The clock is ticking. Jim Hardwick with the world being more online, is it relevant to have an ad on the phone in the phone book or on yp.com? Question. Morgan, can you join your dad on the microphone real quick? I have a question for you. Yeah, I think this is going to answer the question. Hi, Morgan. Say hi to everybody. Oh well, wait till she gets.
There, you can come right here. Come right.
Don't.
There.
Oh Jesus! Todd almost dropped his thing. Hi, Morgan.
Hi.
Hi.
How was the pigeon incident this morning?
Is Daddy upset?
Yeah.
Was he
All right,
crying?
I have a question for you. Do you know what the yellow pages are?
No.
Do you know what a phone book is?
Yeah.
What's a phone book?
It's a book with everyone's number in it.
Right. Have you ever opened one?
Yes.
How often?
Well, I go to my grandma's house. She has a bunch of them. So.
So what do you look for in there? Just to randomly call people?
No, just for fun.
Just for fun.
Just for fun.
Okay. That's all I had to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
You helped a lot.
Thank you, Morgan.
Good job. So your answer is being more online, is it relevant to no, absolutely not. I would never waste money to be in the phone book today or yellowpages.com. Yellowpages.com? What Google, man. Why would you pay them to what are they going to give you? Oh, geez. I was like, what is that? Dial up. Yeah, so was that all right, Todd?
Yeah, no, that they show up on my stoop, I guess you call it, every year or so.
I
go
do
right
too.
in the
I still
trash.
get
And
them
I'm
as
like,
well.
oh my Lord,
I
what
have-
a waste of money. I'm like, yep, glad the recycling's right here.
That's what I do. That's like when that B&H catalog
Jesus.
shows up.
Same thing.
Right into the recycling bin.
Oh, the B&H catalog, the Uline.
Such a
I don't know if you
waste.
get Uline stuff.
Yeah, I get the U.
Oh,
I finally told Uline, stop sending me your
Stop.
catalog. That's what the website is for.
Exactly.
I won't forget about you, I promise.
Glad we could get Morgan involved.
Sure.
Sean Terry, I have almost thought about hiring some high school age kids to do my social media campaign. There are so many different ways to get the word out nowadays.
Probably not a bad idea.
I figured they would be more up to speed on these things. What is your opinion on this, Jared? Absolutely not.
What?
Yeah,
I
but
can totally do your social media. Come to Taco Bell and I'll take a picture of you.
How old is this gentleman?
It's probably a little older. You do not give up your social media to anybody.
What if you have a very mature high school kid?
You do not give your voice up to somebody else.
Yeah, I wouldn't give it to multiple kids.
No, look, like I talked to Kelby, right? Kelby does his own social media, all of it.
Yeah.
He's in charge of his Twitter. I know companies that have.
That's also Scott Kelby, though. This is not.
Yeah, but he's running a photography. He's running a business. He's running a company. Now, when you get into larger businesses, you hire people to do it. But what is
Exactly.
somebody going to do for the social media for you? Like, what are you going to here's the problem. Now, if they're good at Facebook and they're good at those things and you've vetted them and you know them and they're not going to go out and get drunk on Friday night and start tweeting on your channel, that's what you have to worry about. I mean, remember the time that US Airlines or one of the American Airlines tweeted it was like a woman putting an airplane into her vagina.
What?
She got that person got fired.
It ended up on their
obviously.
Twitter
Yeah.
account?
Yes,
Yeah,
they
it was a
tweeted
big
a
thing.
picture of an
I
airplane.
got it. I got it.
We don't need the visual.
Wow.
It was insane. So, not insane Bolt. You got to make sure. Look, if you have somebody who you don't give them the logins and stuff like that, and they come over and but you can't ask a high school kid to come over to your house. You got to be careful there too. Maybe if you have a kid, because you're related to them, they can come to your house.
Hey, Becky, is it cool
Yeah,
if
because
I
I was
text you
never
some pictures?
I wasn't thinking about giving them the actual login credentials. It was more of a work at your place or something. But that is kind of creepy.
No, I think they'd have to have the login and they would just control your business one. Yeah,
Altogether.
Which
Is scary.
that's scary. Unless you are just unless it's
I do all my own social media stuff. It's in my voice. I don't think. I mean, you could do stuff like you. I see you comment on YouTube from time to time,
On occasion,
and
yeah.
you do put Steven at the end
I
of
do.
it. I don't. When I answer, I don't put my name at the end of it because it's me.
Clearly, it's you.
What?
this is Steven, by the way. It's my name, Steven.
So no, I would not give that up. I would not give that up to anybody else to do.
But feel free to reach out to me if you need some social media.
What's your
Taco Bell Becky?
Just
Add
pay me with
Taco
Taco
Bell.
Bell.
Taco Bell Becky
On Twitter.
Feel free to reach out to me. Hashtag Taco Bell Becky.
Anastasia K. Poulos. Poulos. Hey, Fro, Steven, and TOD.
Cha-cha. The other D is for D.
D's Nuts? D's Nuts is up in the polls this week.
I know, that was a callback.
I shoot ballroom competition where I make the photos available to the dancers as soon as I can, but it's usually 4 to 8 weeks. Well, that sucks.
Wow.
After the event. I have issues with sales. No shit. No shit. And speeding up my turnaround time, which I am sure would help boost sales. Can you give me any tips on increasing sales or marketing tips to showcase the images to make sure the dancers are seeing them? Yeah. Edit them right the freaking away. Show them right there at the event when you're there at the event, and then sell pictures. This has been going on since the since digital, early 2000s, middle 2000s, in the 2000s, where you would go to an event, say hockey tournament, and they will have lineups of computers that are networked to one computer that basically builds a website on the back end where you have different galleries. It was all done through Photoshop, could export galleries, and it would upload it. You'd write the file number down on the piece of paper and say, I want this print. Now, you're probably going to shoot RAW and JPEG, so you could show the low-res JPEGs on the screen quickly. When somebody orders something, you edit the RAW file right there real quick, and then you print it. You taking 4 to 8 weeks to get pictures back is an absolute abortion. It's a bad thing.
Yeah, you should take orders right there. Have a little thing on your phone. Boom, I'll take that.
Square.
Done.
You charge it. You need to set up to sell pictures right there and to deliver pictures right there and to print pictures right there. Now, that is the business. You need to deliver right now. You have their attention, or they get uploaded right away. You have a runner who's connected to the internet at all times doing it, and say, look, here's the address. You can buy them right now. You can use SmugMug. SmugMug is a good site for doing that.
There's so many. Yeah.
You can SmugMug, Zenfolio. Squarespace doesn't have an option to sell pictures like this, but you can put your
import,
SmugMug into Squarespace. But SmugMug is perfect because they can order, you set the prices, they can order the prints, they can download the file for a certain price, they place an order, it gets printed at one of those...
Yeah, they even choose a lab, which is great.
When you choose a lab and it gets printed, they
Yeah.
take like 7% plus the cost of the print, and the rest of the money shows up in your account. The fact
Not
that it's
bad.
taking you 4 to 8 weeks to edit your photos...
Atrocious.
Because that's an impulse buy. Say you're out with your wife doing ballroom, and she's like, "Oh, honey, that was so much fun. We should buy that picture." What are you gonna say?
No, wife.
Screw our night. I'm not buying your damn picture. Shut up and get in the car. No, you're gonna be like,
don't get in front of the car.
You're gonna be like, God damn it, here's my card, you pretentious photographer, and you're gonna buy it right then and there. 8 weeks later, your wife's already forgotten about it. There's no way you're buying that picture.
Very true.
8 weeks later, she's already pregnant and having the kid.
That's what I'm saying.
Jason Brow. I was invited to a business seminar today by a local TV station. First mistake. They tried to emphasize how advertising on local TV is by far the best way to advertise today.
Yes.
I'm very skeptical about that, to say the least.
Local Channel 5.
The deal they offered for advertising was really expensive and way too much of a risk for me. I would like to hear your thoughts on that. Is local TV advertising a viable way of growing my business, or is it becoming less and less relevant, just like newspapers? That is the worst idea. It's like this. It's like, hello, this is Jason Brow coming to you live on Channel 4 Action News. I am a photographer. If you like to see photos of kids, dogs, animals, people, old people, pregnant women, well, come to me because I'm your person to take great photos. Dial 555-1212. I don't have an email address. Actually, I do. It's at prodigy.net. Call me.
It's Subway Jared at prodigy.net.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so no, that's not a good idea, especially when, guess what? I have a TV station myself. It's called YouTube. How much does YouTube cost me? Nothing. Is it free advertising? Yes. Why did I do YouTube from day one? Because it was free and it reached lots of people.
Oh, yeah.
I looked it up in the yellow pages once.
Maybe you should advertise on radio.
I hear on KYW News Radio 1060. Advertising on radio. Why don't you advertise your business on KYW 1060 where your people are listening when they're stuck in the car?
Now, KYW, like a news radio station, is at least number one in the market, pretty much.
It works for me. Horizon.
Traffic on the Chews.
Horizon plumbing, heating, and air conditioning has definitely caught my attention because I still haven't replaced my sink faucet. I have to go underneath to turn off the hot
no
water.
hot water at your house.
Oh, I do. I turn it on when I wash the dishes.
Oh.
And then I turn it off again. Once I figured after 6 months of it dripping, I'm like, why don't I just turn off the water?
It's probably a $75 job.
Well, I spent $500 for the best faucet ever.
That's still sitting on the ground.
All you have to do is touch it, and it automatically...
Loves to spend money on things, not people.
What are you talking about? I spend money on people.
All right, okay.
Steven.
I know.
I invest heavily in people.
Absolutely.
You know what, Todd? That's
Sure.
disrespectful.
How dare I?
Use a sound effect for disrespectful, Todd.
For you?
No, for you. All right, let's keep going. Corbett Smith. I have a client that put their wedding off a year. I didn't have anything that date yet, so I moved the date. No loss to the client. Now, a year later, they are canceling the wedding altogether. They're asking for their deposit back. Thoughts? Yep. Guess what? Your deposit is long gone, people. I did you one favor and moved it without costing you money.
Yeah.
Now, you waited a year.
Too
Kiss
late.
that money goodbye. Kiss your money goodbye. You're not getting married any longer. Yeah. I want to.
You done?
I want to be an 80s hair metal band.
Aren't
called
you already?
Steel Panther. I want to go see Steel Panther.
You already got the hair. You're almost there.
I want to go see Steel Panther. Trevor Oddbullis. So I recently started an LLC for a video production company. I'm probably blocking my face, aren't I?
Always. Every week.
But
Every single week.
hold on.
And
Let
I've
me
told
make
you
it
multiple times.
Let me make it go limp.
What you need to do is just literally leave
No,
some
that's a
headroom.
waste of paper.
You're wasting paper every week by printing it anyway.
Well, how am I going to give the photo news?
Keyboard, laptop,
Put it on the pad.
iPad. You have an iPad.
So then I'd be like,
One letter a page.
no, I think it's so freaking pretentious when you get these people sitting on camera, like looking at their iPad. No, worse, holding their phone, going like this up on stage. I rather you have note cards and you throw them out each time than to sit there with your phone looking at it. It's just like, dude, no. Have a bullet pointed thing that you look down at every once in a while.
On your phone.
No.
Why?
Because it's pretentious.
I don't see it really being any different.
You're judging pretentiousism.
Yes. Can I get to this guy's question, please?
Huh. Okay.
Todd. So I recently started an LLC for video production company. We have a great idea for a TV series, but we need funding. We are looking to Kickstarter for it. What would be your suggestion for avenues of marketing? ? We have no money, so we need something that is free. We have a Facebook page, but I have never had much success with my own Facebook page for my photography on the side. Or is it better way to use Facebook for marketing? And on a side note, would Indiegogo or something other than Kickstarter be better for getting our funding? You want to know my answer to this? You need to bootstrap. Stop looking for other people to fund everything that you want in this world. Why would someone give you money? Like, that's what you have to ask. What have you delivered them in the way of value? What value have you given somebody to ask the right for money? You bootstrap this stuff. If you have a group of people, then put your money together and make it happen. You find a way to make it happen. Don't look for everybody else to fund your shit to make you a success. I made this mistake when I was in another business. The whole idea was, we've got great ideas. Good. Ideas don't pay the bills. And then we're like, well, we need funding. How are we supposed to be successful if nobody will give us money? And the answer by the people that had money, bootstrap. Go create something, show that it's successful, and then you can get money all day long. But if you're going to start, Kickstarter, Indiegogo, why? What have you done? Build a following online. Look at Casey Neistat. Neistat. He's now over as 1 million subscribers. And yes, he did create something for HBO back in the day. And then he decided that he was going to do a daily vlog. He's up to like 150 days in a row or close to that, putting up a daily video.
Wow.
And people are like, but he already had this and he already had that. No, you know what he's built? Brand equity. He's given so much in terms of entertainment. And I watch, it's a 7 to 8 minute video every day. I don't watch it every day, but I'll go back and watch ones that are interesting. And I like hearing what he has to say. There's people, look at like Prank vs. Prank and all these other people that vlog and talk to the cat. Gary Vaynerchuk, who has his Gary V show, because he does the O thing really long, and that's his shtick. And that's his thing, and he does it every day. Or as often as possible, he's up to 133 episodes.
I didn't realize he's up to doing it every day now.
He
That's
doesn't do
crazy.
it. He does it as often as possible because he is delivering value. So that when he decides that he wants to ask for something, it's the same thing. When I put the flash guide up for sale, I got some emails from people that are like, you know what? You've given us so much for so long. I finally reached into my pocket. This was the least I could do, was spend the $37 to thank you, and I got something out of it too. That's why we have plugs in this. In this, we ask for like anybody that gets upset that we send out 4 emails. Plus, if you didn't open the email in the first place, it got resent. We send a 4 email sequence, which does work very well, by the way. For anybody wondering about marketing, I'm very hesitant to want to bother people too much. But if you don't ask for the sale every once in a while, you don't make sales. So when we ask for the sale through 4 different emails, they're very effective. And yes, people do unsubscribe.
I did.
Yeah, I did too. Those FroKnowsPhoto emails really
They're the
pissed me
worst.
off this past few days.
Thanks, guys. But you figure if somebody's not going to be able to sit through a couple of marketing emails that you do once every 6 or so months, then buy.
Well,
like
they're not really interested in your brand at that point.
Well, right.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I want as many people to stay involved as possible. But if I don't ask for the sale, the problem becomes, well, then how do you make money on your site to continue to make content and do this type of stuff? That's why we have plugs in this show.
Yeah.
It pays for the show and then some to allow us to go away and make videos and content and spend time doing this. And we have, you know how many videos I sell? 3. I have 3 videos that I sell. How many free videos are there? 2,000.
Yeah,
All right? So how'd this become about me?
I have no idea.
It always does.
The moral of the story is if you deliver value, then people may give you something in return. What you need to do here, you have an idea, good for you. You have a great idea. Now go make it happen. You're not the first person to have a great idea. You won't be the last, but you're also not the first person to not have money. You need to go figure out how to make it happen yourself without saying, well, you need to figure it out. Bootstrap. Jeremy Lizardo. Hi, Jared, Steven, and Todd.
Yes.
After getting the guide to DSLR video, I started doing music recitals at my university. The students and professors really liked the product I was giving them. Some of the girls even liked it so much that they asked me to come back to their dorm room and video them naked.
What?
Nope, doesn't say that. I just made that up.
I was like, where did
This
that
is
come
about to
from?
become the greatest email ever.
Currently, I've only marketed myself as a photographer. I recently joined up with some friends to do projects together. We are able to do bigger productions together than each individual could handle themselves. Should I separate and keep my photo business separate from the video work that I am doing with my friends? Should I rework my website and marketing to offer photography and videography, or should I leave my photography and website as it is and focus pushing more of the video work to our team? Well, if you're working with a team as a production company, that should be a separate entity unto itself. Now, if you're turning over all of your work that you're getting in terms of video to work with the team, then I have no problem with you focusing, promoting video. If you're not shooting a lot of photos and your focus is on the video, then make your website video centric and then work together as a team. Todd, you ideas?
I mean, obviously, video is a team sport when you really start getting into some bigger, badder issues and things like that. Photography, you can kind of get away with being a one-man band. But videography can very easily graduate towards a bunch of people on set. So it depends on how important they are. A lot of times you all right? A lot of times I hire people just for the jobs I need, and then it's my production, but I just hire the guys that I need.
Right.
for the day or the week or the whatever the case may be. So
Don Abate. Hey guys, so I'm just starting out in the photography/videography industry. I work with a few companies right now doing video work for them, but jobs are few and quite far apart. What advice do you have on how I can get my name out there? I invested a lot into upgrading my equipment, and I currently have a lot of overhead, and I am not seeing too much of a return yet. I already have a Facebook page and a website that is 80% complete. If you read this, I will be eternally thankful. By the way, hi, Todd. I kind of only did this because he said he would be eternally thankful, and I didn't want to.
And he said hi, Todd.
And I didn't want to ruin his day. Your website is 80% complete. What are you, Steven? You don't have time to finish it?
I'm too busy to do my website.
Yeah, why don't you hire the girl from Taco Bell to build your website?
Taco Bell, Becky, holla at me.
Right. Look, I forget the question already.
Is he doing video or photos?
I
He's
feel like
doing
we
both.
generally already
He's doing
answered that
both.
question with multiple answers earlier.
Did I? Okay.
Because he's asking about how to get more business. You know
Just
what he
generally,
Well,
yeah.
you know what he could do.
Very general,
He
broad
needs to create. He needs to create a very easy entry level place for people to get into video. Because video, people get photos. I need a picture of my store. I get it. Put them up on the website. Maybe I'll take them with my phone. Maybe I need something professional. Video people are like, I don't even know what all the moving parts are. It's kind of scary. I understand a picture being taken, but video and sound and all that, I don't understand what I'm getting into there. I made a package at one point when I had a slow time that was like X amount of dollars.
That's how we met.
Really cheap. And I was like, here, boom. I'll do all this, and this for your business. I'll shoot a video. I'll do the sound. I'll do the editing for $1,500, $1,000, whatever feels good for you to do it.
$500.
And then all of a sudden, they're going to be at $500 maybe, just to get your foot in the door. Next thing you know, you do it. They show it to their friend. The company across the street is like, oh, where'd you get your video from?
Well,
and then you're off to the races.
And so what you have to do is you have to start sell the illusion that they need this. And you can say, look, you have a YouTube page, you have a Facebook page.
Do you have a website? I mean, do you have a website? It's the first thing. People don't like to read. They want to watch.
Yeah, you need to sell the illusion. You need to start telling these people that you can make videos for them and you can just make it easy. Like Todd just said, all right, I need to keep moving on.
Or do one for free. Like, you got a local business,
Yeah,
somebody
give them a freebie.
you know or you like, do one for free.
Trade them for pizza.
There you go. And then show
Trade for
the
Taco
next
Bell.
person, like, oh, look what I did for Joe's Pizza. Look how amazing this is. And they're going to be like, yep, I got you. Here's $500. Next thing is $100 million.
Bart Smith, how do you guys feel about selling downloads of your photos versus prints? My situation is working with youth sports, and I sell game photos to parents. I'm finding more and more that downloads seem to be more popular.
Really?
Did you need to ask me that question if you just said that downloads seem to be more popular? If downloads are more freaking popular, then go with it.
He just wants your opinion, it sounds like.
That's my opinion.
Okay.
Thank you, Jared.
I'm actually shocked, though, that downloads are more prevalent today.
Brent Butterworth, why do such unskilled auto shooting photographers gain such business?
Well, ask Steven that.
The answer to this, oh shit, I drew on the table.
You know what's sad is people don't know you're joking.
I am absolutely serious.
I hate you.
I keep drawing on the table. Anyway, look, skilled, unskilled, if somebody is good at business and they're able to get somebody to hire them and they continually hire them, more power to them. I don't look down on people that suck as for like my buddy Al Zaroli, terrible photographer. And he'll admit to you all day long that he's a terrible photographer, but guess what he says? Guess what he says? What?
Go. No,
Doesn't he say
I got my own
he's
story.
a button pusher, right?
Zaroli says he's a business person who pushes buttons. So he goes the other way, and it always pissed me off because I would get the call every year before school would start. He does the cheerleader, doesn't do the cheerleaders. He takes pictures of the cheerleaders. Oh, I have a cheerleader story for you that he told me one day when I wasn't there. Cheerleader story. He's at William Tennant High School. All right, he's photographing the cheerleaders. And he's setting up 3 rows, you know, the girls sitting in the front row, girls on their knees in the second row, and girls standing in the back row.
Makes
So
sense.
one of the girls that he asked to go down, to sit down up front, goes, I can't. And he goes, well, why can't you? She goes, I'm not wearing any panties. So before she's done saying that, a pair of panties comes from the back row for her to put on.
So just use mine. Just use mine. I haven't gone to Taco Bell yet. Don't worry. They're super clean. Just wear my panties.
Anyway, so my buddy Al Zaroli calls himself a button
And my daughter
pusher.
wonders why I made her get an extra, a bigger size skirt yesterday when we went to buy uniforms. That's exactly what.
Wait, they sell size uniform skirts?
Sure. I mean, they're length, all that. Size.
All right, moving on. I can't answer that question. Maybe they're just better at business and marketing than you are. That really,
dude, that's what it is. I'm telling you.
really what it comes down to.
Half of this battle is people being a people person and being able to press flesh and talk that talk. Because I know a ton of people that are shitty as hell and get work all day. And don't get me wrong, great to sit down and have a beer with them. Life of the party. Can't do what they're supposed to do to save their life.
but they keep getting jobs.
Yep.
Randy Pettyjohn. I love that name. Hey, Jared, Steven, and guy who won't be quiet and let the fro talk.
What? What was that? What was that? What was that last part? I didn't hear that last part.
I'm just starting out. I got my squarespace.com/fro website.
What's that again?
And just started to build it up and load my content. LittleJohnImaging.com.
What? Little John?
Aw, he's a little guy.
Yeah. What? What? LittleJohnImaging.com. What? 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 What?
Smile. What?
My question is, would you send potential clients to an unfinished site or wait till it's completely polished off before directing people there? I'm trying to decide at what point in the future to start putting it out there to show what I can do. How about you just finish the goddamn website?
How hard is it?
Can you please
How hard is it?
Even if you just put up a welcome page that says who the hell you are and shows the work that you do, just do it.
It can't, if it's that hard, just make it super simple. Like
Right.
make it just a
You're thinking too much,
homepage. Yeah.
Little John.
What?
God bless you. Sergio Fernandez. Hey, Fro, as an amateur trying to get jobs living in a small town in a Squarespace. Oh, he lives in a small town in a Squarespace. Is Squarespace a good investment, or should I keep using Instagram? I need to market myself, and I know I have to spend some money to make money. Thoughts? Love the podcast. Instagram is not your portfolio keeper.
What? What are you talking about, Jared? You are such an asshole.
Squarespace, when you sign up for the year, is $8 a month. You're doing a business. You're doing a job. If you can't afford the $8 a month, there's probably bigger things to worry about. I don't know your situation. I don't know everybody's situation, but if you're in business and you're trying to make money, $8 is enough. If you don't want to spend the $8 a month, there's free websites out there that you could use. Some of them still involve you needing to pay for hosting, so it's still going to cost you some money. So there's always the free alternative, and there's also the Squarespace alternative. But you need to, yes, you need your own website.
You can do a Facebook page.
You can do a Facebook page also, which I don't highly recommend, but it works.
Would
and
you
it is free.
recommend an Instagram page or a Facebook page?
Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do Instagram to share your images, but Facebook can be a repository because you can actually put up galleries in segments.
Yeah.
But with that said, there's no reason you shouldn't be able to afford that $8 a month to then go ahead and make money with your photography.
Because you could buy the domain name and point it to your Facebook page.
That's true.
Not that I'm recommending that. That's the
could.
least path of least resistance, I guess, or the cheapest.
If you really don't have
option.
much time to, yeah.
And if you sign up for Squarespace for a year, they give you a free domain name for 1 year, a $12.99 value.
Do that.
Yeah. If you sign up for the full year.
There you go.
All right, I need to keep moving here. Craig Stewart, is it necessary to be part of a professional photographers association to help your business? In Australia, we have the AIIP, Australian Institute of Professional Photography.
Oi.
It's headed up by
What?
Bindi Irwin. Hello, I'm Bindi Irwin.
Hello.
Steve Irwin's my father, and Joey Irwin is my brother with a bowl haircut.
Julius Irvin's my uncle.
All right, I'm not in. Are you a part of any organization?
I am not that I can think of, except for this organization.
Is you is or is you ain't my constituents?
No. But you know what? I mean, they have their pluses and minuses. Like the DJA is a good organization, but you got
What?
What's the DJA?
the Directors Guild of America.
You said
Is that-
DJ or DG?
DGA.
Oh,
is
they
that-
said DJA.
Is that like the Film
DGA.
Actors Guild?
Yeah, I mean, well, they're all union. I mean, they're basically unions. The Film Actors Guild?
Team America.
Oh, well, like SAG. You're talking about SAG
Film Actors
or DGA. I mean, they're all unions. You got the Teamsters that need to move trucks
Right.
when you're on film
All
sets.
right, I'm gonna
but,
move it
know.
along. I'm gonna move it along.
But no, I'm not a huge fan.
I'm not part of any organization personally. I don't. Like you've got NAAPP. No, that's NAACP.
That is.
NAPP, National Association of Photoshop Professionals. Oh, that's Kelby's.
I think so, yes.
There's another photography one. There are perks to being in some of these things. Sometimes you get discounts on making purchases, or you get help from lawyers, and you can get questions. So if it's worth it for you to do that, yes. But I don't think you're going to... Joe Schmo trying to hire you doesn't know what that...
And they don't care.
Part of this organization.
I think what it comes down to is honestly bragging rights to your friends.
Jeff Crozier, not related to Hosier, as a brand new photographer, 6 months, that is self-taught, should I be marketing myself yet or wait? I have a Flickr account and a few pictures on Facebook. People say I have great eye and I'm constantly learning, but at this point, I'm not sure about self-promotion. Any ideas? Every time you post a picture online, that's called marketing. Every time you say that you're a photographer and you do something, that's marketing. Stop overcomplicating and thinking this stuff too hard through. It is not right. Everything that you do is marketing. So stop. Should I start marketing? Well, just work. If you just put out into the world whatever you want to put out there, that is theoretically marketing. This podcast is marketing.
Yep.
Every video I put up on the website is marketing. It's all brand building. Whether I say hi or talk to you live on Facebook Live, that is marketing.
You walking down the street is marketing with your shirt.
And my hair. So
And
that's
your
my
hair.
answer. Mesa. Maysa. Mesa.
Oh, it's definitely Mesa.
Mesa Hackins. How do I get people to notice my posts organically on my Facebook page without paying? What's the trick? There's no trick. I don't even have a freaking answer for this because it changes every damn week. Sometimes I think that the post should have a lot of views organically, and it doesn't. And then other times I put up a 12-second video of me going, hello, and it gets 800,000 reach. And you sit there and you go, huh? There's no secret. All I can tell you to do is continue to put out quality work, time in and time out, time in and time again, and you will be better off. There is no trick to this.
Every time you think you finally figure out the algorithm, it changes.
Facebook's always tweaking it and changing it. Regina Gingrich Martin, what's your take on giving digital files as part of a portrait/wedding, etc. packages? Are photographers undervaluing their work by including high-res files with usage rights in their packages for little to no additional investment from the client? Well, first off, I am a big fan of weddings where you shoot and burn. Meaning you shoot it, you edit the files, and we used to burn DVDs and give them the files.
I was like, shoot and burn, what?
Well, it used to be called shoot and burn because you would shoot it and give them the files on a disc.
Yeah, it makes
Oh,
sense.
I thought you hooked up with one of the bridesmaids.
Anyway, I have no problem with including it into the package price to begin with. It's an added value. I like saying it for weddings. Like, this includes, for X amount of dollars, includes all of this, this, and this. Now, where I don't play games is when they're like, well, we don't want that or that. Is it less expensive? No, this is my package, and this is what it includes. I don't play the a la carte game where it's like, well, we don't want the files. No, it includes the files, and this is my price.
Yep.
Because it doesn't cost me $500 less to not include the files.
It's true.
It's just I don't include the files. You know, I have no problem giving files. When it comes to portraits and stuff, just make sure you build it into the price. Make it worth the value that you put on after it if you were to make prints. What I started to see is that prints were dying out. They may be coming back, though I don't think they're really coming back. And yes, I have no problem with this.
People want digital. They always do. It annoys me for everything I do with school pictures and all this. It's always an upsell for the digital stuff. It drives me insane.
Richard Dempseyzyn, DMCZYSZYN. A lot of the photo shoots I currently do are on location. I also own a printing company and will be opening a retail location soon. What are your thoughts on photography studios? Are they a thing of the past, or is it still worth it? The space I'll be moving into will have enough room for a studio, but I'm not sure it's worth it to invest the extra money in it. Well, if you're already buying a place that has space, then you can utilize it. But a studio is absolutely 100%, 1,000,000% not necessary today. You can rent a space. You can go into a space. You can shoot wide open anywhere you want with a backdrop. You don't need a freaking studio. This isn't 1950s where, like, we're going to the photography studio where it actually meant something. Moving on. Levi Stutzman. Yo, Fro, Steven, and Todd. He has somewhat of a unique situation, and I don't feel like reading it right now. Because it's long.
Screw him.
The moral of the story is that he went into the family business, and he also does video editing that the parents. So he has a business. I should just read the damn question. My parents own a sign and large format graphic company. My whole life, I was brought up with the idea that someday I would take over for their business. As I grew up, though, I felt more and more that it wasn't something I wanted to do. I made an arrangement with my parents that I would run a digital media company under their business. I do motion graphics, graphic design, and cinematography all on my own, but as a department of their business. I take an hourly wage and get a 50% commission on the profit of each job. My question is, do you think it would be beneficial for me to go off and create my own company and gain the full profit, or should I keep things the way they are? I feel grateful to my parents, and I do feel that I've been able to use their client base to gain jobs, but I don't want to be held back by not making a full wage for my work. Well, the answer is one day you're going to take over the company. So then you have the entire company to take over and you make a full wage. You have to look at this as would you have been able to do this on your own if the parents weren't there in the business paying you an hourly wage to make sure that you could do this? That's what you have to keep in mind. Maybe ask for a little bit more money. If you're bringing in more money, make the split 75-25 instead of 50-50 commission.
Bring in bigger clients. And I'm sure he's tapping into the client base they already have.
Well, he said that.
Yeah, which is... I mean, we all wish we could have had that when we started any business. I would stick it out.
These are your parents.
Yeah.
They got you to where you are today, and you utilize their thing. Just talk to them. You don't want to leave. One day you'll take it over, but talk to them and say, look, I'd like to make a little bit more money. How can I make more money? And if the jobs are there and you're bringing in enough, then they'd be like, you know what? A 75% commission instead of 50% commission is fine because it doesn't cost us anything. You're making us extra revenue on top of what we already make. I'm glad I read that question. Sarah
oh boy.
Frudentans. Freudentanz. Fro, when did you know to quit Alan's camera? Was FroKnowsPhoto taking up more time than expected, or did you just know you would not grow any further as a business/owner by not being 100% committed to FroKnowsPhoto? I was not running FroKnowsPhoto at any point near working at Alan's camera.
That was years
This was
before,
years. Right? I mean, This may have been 4 or 5 years before FroKnowsPhoto even became a thing. Why I left Alan's camera is because you cannot work a 9-to-5 job or 9-to-6 every day and expect to be able to do a business outside of that.
Full time.
Mm-hmm. So that's the problem with camera stores. That's why I don't like when kids come out of college and go work at a camera store. That doesn't help you become a better photographer or get more jobs.
Now, what if you're in college working at a camera store?
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
What about part-time, though? What if you do it part-time?
Exactly.
But you cannot make, if your goal is to be a photographer, like I couldn't survive as a photographer because I hated 9 o'clock to 6 o'clock every day. I couldn't make phone calls. I couldn't do business. I had to, you just can't do it. Alan was very reliant on his employees. There were only four of us or 5 of us at the most. It's not like you really can miss days, you know?
It's true.
One more question. Jacob Furtner. Oh, like you never heard that before. Sorry. I'm a bully. I went in for an interview to become a photographer, and there was another photographer there waiting for their turn to be interviewed. He had more quote-unquote professional gear than myself. Why are you bringing your gear to an interview unless they asked what gear you have? That's freaking weird. He had more professional gear than myself, but his images didn't scream out to me or the company quality. They were more impressed with mine, but ended up choosing the person with more gear. Does this happen more than I think? I thought quality work trumps all, not who can show off the bigger pieces of glass. Well, first off, this company's an asshole for not hiring you. What I would have said, if they flat out told you, we like your work better, but he has more gear, that's when you get up and you defend yourself because you have nothing to lose. And you say, really? Do you put out a subpar product? But, and then expect to get something good out of it? You just said to me that you like my work better. I'm doing that with the less quality equipment in your mind, and I'm getting better results. Imagine what I do with the other stuff. Does it Does it matter? You're going to hire a guy just because he's got expensive equipment and takes shitty photos? Good. Go do that. You can hire me right now or enjoy taking his shitty photos. Screw you. I'm going home.
Or you can be less hostile and be like, oh, I've got everything he has. Because every rental house has everything you need. So just go rent what you need. You've got everything under the sun.
Oh, well, that's a good answer, too.
Yeah, that's it.
But also, I don't understand somebody asking you, like, their job, if they're hiring you, if they're coming and say, well, bring all your gear. Look, you're right.
That's kinda
all
weird.
that matters
That is
what,
weird.
Yeah.
All that matters is what the photos work. And you're right. A good answer would have been, you know what?
I've got all that.
One, you like the work that I do better with the quote-unquote subpar gear that I already have. If I need something, I rent it, and we're good to go.
Yep.
Good answer,
I
Todd.
can bring out anything you need.
Literally
I got it.
anything you
Like,
need.
I got you.
I did have to bring gear to meet a client one time, and it was super weird.
Like everything? Bring your lights, bring your camera, bring
I
everything
just brought
you own.
dude, this is when I had like a Panasonic like DVX 100, and it was.
He
it
just
was
wanted you to bring like the
weird.
camera.
He's like, yeah, bring the camera out and show him what you got. And it was like the guy hooking it up, and I was like, this is really weird. It felt like a beauty pageant. It was just really weird.
All right, we had Gear of the Week for Todd, but we're skipping it till next week. We'll bring it in and show you. So now it's time for the Wheel of Fro. Is this how I do this? I don't even remember how I do this. All right.
This week on the wheel, we have...
This week on the wheel.
Same thing every week.
AudioBlocks.com. Oh, no. VideoBlocks. Go to videoblocks.com/go/fro. Thank you to them this week. They are the main sponsor. They're how we keep... The sponsors are the reasons we can keep doing these shows and not charging you for them and making you pay something.
Let's do both. Let's charge them and use this.
Because that has worked. That has worked
genius.
really well in the past.
Can we do that?
Totally.
We
Nice.
could.
Awesome.
Yeah. Why don't we do this where we give the show away a week later, and then the people that pay get it early? We're not doing that.
Oh, why not?
Lexar,
filled with plugs.
Lexar is the official card of RAWtalk. We use it. Blah 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 blah. We've talked about that. We got Black Rapid. I have my own FroKnowsPhoto I Shoot Raw Black Rapid strap. We've got Rode microphones. We use them each and every week. We've got the Spin Again. Plus the grand prize is black because that means it's a big prize. It's so black that you can't even see what it is. Adorama Picks. You can go to AdoramaPicks.com. Right now, we've got a code PXMETFRO30 for 30% off all aluminum metal prints until 9/30, which is September. Not 9:30 the clock, September 30th. Fro Prize Think Tank Photo.
Does that include your camera bag?
AudioBlocks.com/go/fro. That's where we get the music. Lexar. Adobe Lightroom, Creative Cloud, so you get a Lightroom and Photoshop. Rode microphone again. Question mark means you get to spin. Borrow lenses to get $250 in credit to borrow lenses. Fro Prize. Squarespace.com/fro. Blah, blah, blah. It's time to spin the wheel. I did pick a name, I think.
Did you?
Well, yeah. Todd, we need you to talk about, we need to people have been complaining about how you say spin that wheel, but there's nothing we can do about it.
Have they?
What do they want to say about spin that wheel? I'm not spinning any wheels.
All right. Guess what time it is, Steven?
Should I say spin that wheel?
It's 10 to 3. We need to spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel. Oh, the wheel did not move for once.
Around and round it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows. The wheel of the fro is about to stop on Lightroom. And there's your Lightroom Creative Cloud that you are getting.
plan.
If you don't have the photo bundle, $9.99 a month. Yes, it's another payment, but it's always up to date.
Constant updates, but it's good.
And
in a good way.
Well, it's $9.99, and now I've got Lightroom. I have Photoshop, which I was on like Photoshop 4 for the longest time because I wasn't going to pay $900 and I didn't want to steal something anymore.
Anymore?
Well, that's how do you think I got my first Photoshop?
I think we all did.
I mean, how did we all get our first Photoshops? When you're in high school, it's like, yeah, Photoshop 4? Yeah. Yeah, here's the disc.
PirateBay.com.
And here's the code. So congratulations to, I think it was that last question that I liked. Oh, no, you know who I want to give it to?
Who? I like the Allen's camera one.
Oh, you did?
I did, personally.
Todd?
Whoever said my name.
Well, I was going to go with the All right, you want to do that? You can pick this week, Steven.
Sure, I like that question.
Congratulations, Sarah Frudences.
Spell it.
Sarah.
Her last name.
Freudentanz. Frudentans. Sarah Frudentans. Sarah, send me a message on Facebook, on the Facebook page. Send me a couple so make sure that I see it. In case I don't get back to you,
I'm so busy.
I'm so
too busy to read your emails.
Most busy ever. I will get back to you. And then congratulations, you are getting a year of Creative Cloud free. Thank you very much. Then we have reached the end of the show. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I hope you liked it. Thank you to AudioBlocks, VideoBlocks, and GraphicStock as this week's sponsor. Thank you to Lexar for being the official card. Todd, thank you for sitting you there.
That was a marathon.
Thank you for your daughter for being over there in the corner. Don't forget about Alan's Palooza. Thank you, Stephen. Good photo news. Really liked it. And that is where we're going to leave it. This is RAWtalk episode. Oh, for all the photo news, stories, and more, you can go to FroKnowsPhoto.com/RAWtalk-148. And I want to do a hashtag now that we're at the very end.
Quick.
Hashtag
Taco Bell Becky.
Taco Bell Becky. Taco Bell Becky. So tell us.
Wait, how do you spell Becky?
Don't worry, Becky.
Okay.
So
I need to get that. I need to buy that Twitter handle.
well, you have some time right now.
It before we put it up.
You have some time right now to sign up for it. So guys, tweet or Facebook or leave a comment that hashtag. Make sure we see it at hashtag Taco Bell Becky.
And I will help you with your marketing. I'll help you with your marketing.
And that is where we're going to leave the show. Thank you guys very much for watching. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.